What's up, beauties? Welcome back to my channel. No need for the long intro. Y'all already know what the deal is. Hit that subscribe button. But as you can tell, today I will be making my vinyl labels for you all. As you can see, I have it on my lip gloss tubes as well as a notebook. So if you guys are interested in to see how I made these labels, just keep on watching. Okay, now we're going to start off with the things that are needed, which is your standard grip mat, your Cricut transfer tape, and of course you need your vinyl, and you can get this from any type of craft store, Walmart, Amazon, etc. And you will need some type of scissors to cut your vinyl with. Now these here, I purchased these from Dollar Tree, and they're just some small little scissors. You can use any kind, whatever works for you. And you will also need a weeder, and this is basically to weed out any extra space on your labels. Now these here, I purchased these from Dollar Tree, and I like these better than the actual Cricut weeder, which I'm going to show you guys that in a second. Now this is the Cricut weeder. You do have to purchase this separately, but as you can see, it is much bigger, the needle as well, and it does have a curve to it. Now this is how the labels will turn out once you get it all on the sheet before you actually weed it. And this is how they will look once everything is weeded before you add your transfer tape to it. Okay, now that we have all our items needed to make the labels, let's just jump right on into the video. Now I did do a screen record for you all because I did make the labels on my iPhone, and it was through the app Cricut Design. Now the first thing we're going to do, you want to make sure you download the Cricut Design app, and that's how it looks there. You're going to let that load, and you have the option to choose between new project, and you have projects that are saved on your iCloud and also on your iPhone. And the first thing you're going to do is you're going to click on new project, and I had already one in there, so I'm just going to hit replace. And you're going to choose the text that you would like. Now you have several different fonts to choose from. As you can see, they have some that's $4.99. They have some that are $6.99. Me personally, I had chose one that was free, but if you want to buy one, then you can, but you have several different options, as you can see. Okay, now basically after you find your text, you're just going to click on the button there, which it'll bring it to this screen here, and you're just going to start typing in what you want your labels to say. Okay, now once you're done with that, you see basically all I'm doing is I'm just taking my finger and I'm just moving it across the screen, and let me kind of slide it down for you all to see. Now once you get it exactly how you like it as far as the inches and everything, you're going to hit make at the bottom right corner, and as you can see on the grip mat, it will let you know the dimensions and measurements on the mat itself. Now at the top right corner, you're going to, if you're not satisfied with the size, you're going to click on canvas, and you see I'm just resizing it, and I'm just going to keep doing that, going back and forth till I can get it to the scale that I really want it. Okay, we're going to move over to the Cricut machine. This is the Cricut Explorer Air 2. This is the newer version. I think it's like 2 or 3 different kinds. But this one here is the newest one, and you have the dials, you have the different type, you have the vinyl, the iron-on, the cardstock, or whichever one you would like. But in this case, we are going to make sure that it is on vinyl. And once you have your machine turned on and open, you just want to get your standard grip mat, and you just want to remove the little plastic film that they have on it. And as I'm going to show you all, those are like the measurement, like the inches that I was showing you on the app. So you just kind of want to compare. On the app itself, it will show a little bit bigger than on the mat itself. That's why you want to compare it back and forth. And don't mind the dust and everything on there. Like, this is a sticky mat, so you're going to get some type of dust on it. And here is the vinyl that I am choosing. I'm just going to take that off, and I'm going to cut it down to the size that I want my measurements to be. Now, as you can see, they have the lines on the back there where you can make your measurements straight, but I just really don't go by that. I just cut it how I like it, but it's pretty much up to you. Now, once you have all that done, you want to line it up on the mat itself, and you're going to make sure you firmly press it down. That way it doesn't lift. And as you can see later on in the video, mine do start to lift. That's because the mat itself is getting old. It's probably time for a new one, but it still works. But just make sure you firmly press it down. That way you won't get the cut messed up. Now, once you have all that done and taken care of, you're going to go back and open up your app, and you're going to select the Cricut machine because it is Bluetooth to it. So make sure you pair it. That way you can select it. Okay, now once it comes up, you want to go back and select your Cricut machine, which is going to be Bluetooth. And once you select it, you're going to wait till it pairs. And once it repairs, it's going to come up on the screen. It's thinking. And it's going to give you the option. You want to make sure it's set to vinyl, though, you all. Make sure your material is set to vinyl. Then you're going to go over to your machine, and you see that little blinking arrow there. That just lets you know it's time to feed in your mat. And once it's set in there, you're going to push it in. You see how it's lifting up, y'all? Make sure you firmly press it down. And then when you put it in there, you want to make sure it goes under those little tabs. Now, once you have it set, you're going to go ahead and press it there, and it's going to feed in. Okay, and you're going to wait for the C. You're going to wait for that to light up, and then once that's lit, you're going to press that. That's just saying it's okay and it's ready to start cutting. Okay, now once the cut is done, it's going to slide all the way back over, and that arrow will blink again, and that's going to release the mat for you. Now, once you get off the mat, you just want to go ahead and weed out every place that needs to be done. As you can see, inside the R, inside the O, and pretty much anywhere where you can pretty much look at your design and see what needs to be weeded or not. Okay, now once you have everything weeded out and it's looking good, you just want to start to peel back the extra part. and slowly peel it back because you want to make sure that the cut was all the way done. And what you see me doing right here is I'm just going to cut that part right there because I can go back and use that. No need to waste in this vinyl now, y'all. It is expensive. Now, as you can see, there are some parts that I have to go back and peel off. No biggie. No need to, be all extra about it thinking it's messed up. All you have to do is just go through there and just peel it out. Now this is for my Cricut machine. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to kind of line it up to see where I want it to be at. Just kind of center around and play with it. Okay, now you're going to cut your transfer tape. You can use the grid or not, but you're just going to cut the tape to the measurements of your label itself. You don't need nothing more, nothing less. Just cut it evenly because you always going to use this, and you can use your transfer tape several times, y'all. I have used it so many different times when I put my labels on. Okay, now that you have it cut, you're just going to peel back the transfer tape off the backing of it. See, it's easy peasy. And once you get it peeled all the way off, you're going to line it up on your label itself. And what you see me doing right here is I'm just firmly pressing, going back and forth to make sure it's going to stick to the transfer tape. And that little back of the weeder, I'm just going through and just gliding that across because that helps it stick as well. And when you're trying to position it, make sure that you get it as even as possible the way you want it, because once you lay it down and it's on there, the letters may start to come off and you'll just be stuck where it's at. And you just kind of want to do the same thing, firmly press it just to get it to stick on there. And yeah, this process works on anything that you're transferring your labels onto, whether it be your lip gloss. You see I'm doing a Cricut machine. It can be labels for your pantry, anything. And see, y'all, simple as that. Look how pretty that came out. Now, I am going to show you all how to apply it on the lip gloss as well. Just keep watching. Now, I have applied these labels to several of my lip gloss videos. So basically, I'm just going to cut it out individually, and then we're going to weed it out, which I have some already done. So like I said, I don't have to show that process again, but basically there's the label there, and you're going to get a piece of transfer tape and apply it on top of it. Smooth it out, same process as I did as the Cricut machine. As you all can see, this transfer tape is pretty old. I have applied it to several glosses, but to me, the older it is, the better it will apply. That's just my personal preference only, my opinion. So, but you can use a new one every time if you would like. Okay, I have my gloss. As you all can see, I do have my old labels on there. So I'm just going to flip this one over and I'm going to apply that one on there as well. That's the way y'all, well, I'll explain it in a different video. But yeah, these are the new labels that will be applied to every gloss if you don't know by now. Now, this is all that I have for you all today. So if you all like the video, make sure you give it a thumbs up, comment, share, subscribe, and do all that good stuff. And let me know down below if you all understood it. That way you all can be able to do this yourself. It's really simple. Don't think too much of it, y'all. But I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you all in my next video. Bye.